Heidi, hi, happy campers, only me, Mikey B, international domestic terrorist, all round lovely chap, smiling most wanted man, undercover as Little Red Riding Hood. They'll never catch me. So, a couple of top tips, because I'm just realising a lot of the basics, the Billy basics, are just getting overlooked. So, I'm going to cover a few things randomly. Number one, this is the thing that everyone's forgetting to do. Evidenced a few moons back when it was Phil's case, and they had like 120 police from external police forces to stop us getting in because they're fucking idiots. One of the officers, on asking him to identify himself, he pulled out his officer constable card, putting him in the officer constable. The gold collar bum boy, whatever they're called, he then frog marched him off a site because he just fucked up. Because the legislation still stipulates that these police can be hired privately. So these police have been hired privately by the courts, privately by the banks, privately by these security companies, etc. So if they're not willing to produce their office of constable, they're not in the office of constable, and therefore they've got no rights to be doing fuck all. So if they're arresting your mate, you need to jump in and do something about it. Because if some random bloke come along and started trying to tie your friend up, would you not get involved? There's no difference. We need to get through this indoctrination. Listen, they're the Octagon, if you like, the Swiss Nazis Blue Army. Get your research done on that. Same as Europa the Last Battle, the entire plan is to wipe out the white man from Europe. Get up to date if you're not already. So, and this is who they are. You look at all their badges, it's all Octagon. Octagon, 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 Octagon back in Switzerland. Do your due diligence on that. That's number one anyway. Number two, Billy Basics, protecting your property. Every fucker has the same kind of access, if you like, as Billy Postman down the road. So what needs to happen is you need to close your letterbox, and then on the edge of your curtilage, edge of your driveway, pop up a little sign. You don't have to look like the crazy bastard on the fucking road. Pop up, you need two signs. Private property, implied right of access removed. That's all you need. That's all you need. The rest of it, you can give them the spiel and show them paperwork about the castle doctrine, everything else. So the significance of doing this, right, and you put, like I said, a post box on the end of your driveway. That way nothing's actually can be served on you. Nothing's actually going to go through your letterbox. You're better off getting a PO box address. They don't like that because that's a non-contracting address. You know the address they will write to you from to try and get joinder? That's a non-contracting address, which they know they're doing because they're committing fraud through the Royal Mail, a whole other story, by not writing on the envelope but using a windowed envelope. So once the implied right of access is removed in its private property, you're now a foreign jurisdiction, recognised in their bullshit, which comes under the castle doctrine, which means even the king can't enter without your permission, which means they need a valid warrant. And a valid warrant isn't what they're saying it is. A valid warrant must have the following paperwork attached to it: an affidavit of truth witnessed by 3 laymen, the lien against your full caps estate, the assessment and the value of assessment. And this is as per Criminal Procedural 13.52, secondary legislation, primary legislation, Magistrates Courts Act, section 125 brackets D. Again, the criteria of a warrant when they come and do anything with a fucking warrant. They haven't got any warrants because it's not even, everything goes back to the court order. And what's the court order entail? Which you can pull up this with a little bit of research. You need your wet-in signature. You need your embossed stamp. You need the name of the judge. You need a phone number to be able to confirm it. All these are Billy Basics, guys, which we've got to remember, because everything just stems back to the same thing. Prove your claim and a valid court order. Or even a parking ticket is not valid without a freaking court order. So that's that. Other Billy Basics. This is just complete random. What else we got? Billy Basics, Billy Basics. Yeah, so now you've got your nice private property or private and propertied, secured. Yeah, ideally you'll have a gate. Minimum, you'll have a chain going across because that denotes that you're closed for business. Or ideally, in the perfect world, you've got gates and you can lock the gates. So if the gates are open, by implication, you're inviting people on to do business. If your gates are closed, you're closed for business and they've got no right getting on. Check out the R versus White, and they try to bury the judgment there, but that, along with many, many, many other things, stipulates that police are not to assist in civil matters. Whether it's a bailiff or a copper, it makes no difference. If they're on your property without your permission, without a verified criminal complaint, without a valid warrant, they're trespassing. If you ask them to leave 3 times and they won't leave, they're aggravated trespassing. Guess what you get to do in law? You get to get violent. But it's not good to get violent, so that's last resort. But if you're protecting your family and your loved ones and your property, it's actually, this is like, well, maxims of law. It's literally your job to do that, to protect them. And we can do that up to and including death, and hopefully it won't get that far. But at some point, guys, we need to start kicking back with these these octagon blue army shitbags, Satan's pork chops, because at the moment they're getting away with it. So this does full circle back onto a rapid response or any group you're connected to. Connect with your groups in your local communities. This is where the power comes from. Long video, I do apologise, but envisage this. You've got an estate, or you've got a road, and on that road there's a dozen of you who know shit's going on. You're awake. And you've got your implied right of access there. Oh, it's getting exciting. And you're working together. So straight away on that road, someone turns up, all your neighbours turn up. Then what do we start doing? We start clamping, same rules as them, we'll start clamping their vehicles. We'll start charging them to take the clamps off. If you get enough of you on the road and you decide to chip in and you want to put some barriers up and bring that into your jurisdiction, it's our roads anyway that the government's stolen, nothing's stopping you doing that. Because don't forget, we're meant to be governed by our laws and that's simply not happening. So it's up to us to get our communities together and in those communities have our own laws. Again, if it's a private road or it's private property, it's a foreign jurisdiction. So whatever your rules are, there goes. So I recommend everyone just has their general rules as God's law, natural law, and then we all get on the same song sheet pretty swiftly. We don't need to start making up fandango laws. But this is where it's all come, connecting locally and everything else. So you've got the support of your neighbours. You've got your neighbours clamping people. You've got your neighbours have just got your back. People will stop coming onto your street and pissing you off. So connect. Again, can't stress enough. You honestly, you can't rely on just making a phone call and getting someone to come and wipe your ass from 500 miles away. We got to put on our big boy pants, put on our big girl knickers, and it's up to us to connect. So we've got our phone tree, we've got the people we can call up on.